Alright, let's see here. It's booting up here. Give me 1 second. Alright, we are live here. Kind of doing this one on the fly. Alright. Just copy this. Let's see here. I'll wait for Ren. This is mostly going to be CK stuff today. And if you're jumping in, let me know if audio sounds okay. So, why is my sweatshirt wet? I do not like this. Hey, Ren. Okay. Creation kit stuff. First of all, let me open up Mod Organizer. So I'm gonna have the same issue with my oh, thank you. Alright, so audio's okay. I'm gonna have the same issue with my headset. It's gonna randomly shut off on me, so when it does, I will just uh, start it back up. So for my like you could see all my mods here for my mod testing profile, and then this is my main one. This one's in order. This is the one that I'm working on. Okay. For my testing one, it goes in alphabetical order since I didn't directly copy it over. But the way Mod Organizer works is that any mods you have here, you only have to download the mods once, right? So as many profiles as you have, they're going to show a listing of every mod that you've downloaded. But active mods and plugins will appear on the right side. So you see SkyUI ESP. If I scroll down to SKSE, which I should have, right here, okay. So SKSE 64, version 2.0, or it's 2.00.16, so that's the latest version. So that's checked. SkyUI is also checked, okay. You'll notice I don't have my follower mod here. My follower mod, this is what I said, so I have a folder called My Mods. I also have a folder called Saved Mod Files. So these are for anything that, I'll just go over this real quick. I have two in here right now, and these two are not showing on Nexus, they're hidden, but they're still available. So they're basically for personal use. I couldn't use this to create another mod if I was using assets or whatever. If the mod author hides them, don't do anything with them aside from just use them in your own game. Okay, we're not interested in this, but we are interested in the My Mods folder because this is where my follower mod is. So we did the test one yesterday, which is ROL test follower 01.esp. What you need to do is open your let me see, let me minimize a lot of stuff here. My test follower into my game's data folder. As you'll notice, we always want to keep the data folder as clean as possible, with the exception of working in the creation kit. So if you're running a mod, or you're creating a mod, that mod's ESP and any other pertinent information needs to be into the data folder. Now with Vortex and Nexus Mod Manager, it should already have it in here because every mod gets stored in there. Mod Organizer 2 doesn't do that. It keeps your mods in users, your name, app data, local, Mod Organizer, Skyrim Special Edition or Skyrim, and mods. And you can see this is that nice list of everything I've downloaded here. Okay. But my follower mod wouldn't be on this list. It's not managed by Nexus. So I'll go back to my Skyrim game folder, which is Steam, or local drive C. For me, it's local drive C, program files, Steam, Steam apps, common, Skyrim special edition. So this is my game folder. You can see it's got the creation kit, any. I put in the creation kit fixes, okay, along with my EMB stuff and SKSE information. We're going to want to go to the data folder, like the actual data folder, right? This is the nice clean one. All I'm going to do is take my test follower, drag and plop him right in here. Okay. Now you'll notice in Mod Organizer, since I still have it open, he's not here. So what I could normally do is click on refresh right here, and he pops up right at the top. Okay. So he's in. So what we're going to go is to the right pane. We're going to check him. And so he's active, but we're not gonna get into there yet. I'm gonna minimize these. What we're gonna do is we're gonna want to work in the creation kit. So since he is in the data folder right now, you can also see meshes and textures. So this should be the face gen data. So let me go back to data again. All right, follower is here. Okay, this is his ESP file. This is the main file. Now, because it's a follower and we generated face gen data, you're going to now have a meshes and textures folder. And this goes for any other mod you create that will use these, along with scripts, source. Plugin should be empty now. Okay. And just to show you, I did this a little bit last night, but I'm going to go over it again real quick. First, you go to meshes, and you want to make sure everything's proper. So we'll go to meshes, actor, character, face gen data, face geom. This is my follower ESP, Rangers of Lore test follower 01. And this is the mesh, okay? You're going to want to do the exact same thing for the textures just to make sure. Actor. This is under textures, actor, character, face gen data, face tint. My follower is ESP. And the DDS file, which is the one you need, okay? Let's go back to data, okay? So you see he's loaded up. And what we're going to do is we're going to load up the creation kit. And this is a good example of showing you how, say you were working on them yesterday like I was, but I finished it yesterday. Let's say you didn't finish yours yesterday. Incorrect version. Okay. Not really going to worry about it. So you'll see ROL test follower ON ESP, the plugin file, okay? So this is the only one you want to set as active. Now that it's an active file, hit OK. It's going to load just that file itself. And as I can see, my Wi-Fi is already giving me issues today. Yeah, you're going to want to have your follower inside the game folder, the data folder. Just the ESP file run, that's all you need, right? So you'll see it up at the top left, Creation Kit 64-bit ROL test follower 01.esp. He's the only one active. You do not load your Skyrim ESM, your Update ESM, any of the DLCs. When you want to go back and rework on just your mod, your active mod is the only one that you need. And I thought I got rid of these. I'm going to have to double check that again. I know it's something I missed and I have to set it to 1. I saw the link for it and there was so much, like I was so brain fried by the end of last night because I wasn't expecting the stream to go on that long. but it did. I'm actually kind of happy it did. You guys got to see in real time me mess up a little bit. You also got to see a bunch of really cool information. Um, basic startup, the actual creation of the follower, or a mod, etc. But this one's gonna be real short because I do have to get working on my load order. And all right, so we could just clear all these messages out. So basically, your follower's loaded up. Okay. Highlight actor, and then you're gonna want to type in your unique ID, which for me is ROL and then F, and that narrows it down to fake follower mod Chuck Norris, right? All right. So Ren, your issue was you weren't able to get the follower to talk and follow you, I think. Is that what you were saying in Discord? Um, Let me go back to the beginning. We'll go to the very beginning. So I'll go over all the tabs up the top really quick. It's kind of a re-reference to it. You have your follower's ID. We created Chuck Norris. His short name is Chuck. He's obviously essential and unique. He can't die because Chuck Norris can't die. Uh, so the traits we gave him, Nord race, we set the weight to 35. We gave him a male even tone voice. Okay. For his base stats, PC level multiplier, he'll start at level 10. He'll max at 81. Although in real life Chuck Norris has no max level. He just keeps going to infinity. Combat would be two-handed, although I think this would more serve him as a one-handed because you saw he didn't have his greatsword. And I think that was me messing up the actual weapon. I'm gonna correct that today. Uh, let's let's make him a one-handed warrior. We'll save this here. Okay. Now I'll just reopen them. All right. So for factions, you need these. What you do is you right-click here and hit New. Type in the word follower. Okay. See how I already have current follower faction and potential follower faction? You're going to select each one of these individually, right? Which I already have. So let me X out of here. What you need to do, this current follower faction, highlight it. You're going to press F2. It's going to bring you over to where it says rank. Now this by default is 0, okay? When you load this up, it's going to look like this. But you can't have, and you have to have them in this order. Current first, potential second. So for these two, highlight current follower faction, press F2, and all you're going to put is -1. And then hit enter to save that. Okay, so it's got to look like this. -1, current follower faction, 0, potential follower faction. Okay. Under the relationships tab, we did this, but I'll do this again. We'll go to new. Okay. His ID is going to be your unique ID with the letters REL at the end of it. Since I've already done this, I don't need to do it again. That's what this top here, this player ally unnamed is. Okay. But for the sake of this, I will do this again. The paired NPC, this should already be generated. It's going to be your unique ID name. Child NPC is going to be players, so you're just going to type the letters PL, and it should default. Unless I messed that up. Oh, because I already have it. Let me delete it. Okay. We'll go new. I have to put the ID actually, and this is why it's not coming up. So ROLF fake follower mod rel. Okay. Parent NPC is what it is. Child NPC should be player. For whatever reason, it's not coming up. It's making me look like a liar. Unless there's something messed up with my creation kit. It's very possible. At least you guys get to see this in real time. It could be because he's already created. Let me cancel this. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna cancel this out. We're gonna reload him up since I didn't save it. Oh, of course it's not there. Alright, I'm gonna reboot it. It's giving me errors. No, we're not gonna save any changes to this plugin. I'm gonna reopen the creation kit again. And what I'm gonna do is quickly Google search Skyrim CK yes to all. Warning messages. This is on Nexus. How do I disable warning message? I think I got it from the Reddit link. I believe. So yes to all, press under messages, creation kit. B block messages. Alright, so creation kit any. Okay. So what you're going to want to do is go to your Skyrim folder, creation kit any. And this is your general. I have to find where this is. I always thought it was under general. And it probably is. It's just me reading this sometimes. Block. I'm looking for block messages. Right? Let me see what it says again. Under messages in the creation kit. Okay. So here it is. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add this line. The line is B. See if I could copy this. All right. You're going to want to add this into your creation kit any in messages. So under here, we'll just hit enter and paste. So B block message boxes equals 1, which is this. Okay. Then file and save. Close this out. Close this out. Now, let me minimize this one. We'll relaunch the creation kit again. It may not launch if the BethesdaNet launcher is already, yeah, incorrect version detected. 1.5.3.0. Nope, don't want that. 1.5.73.0. What was that message it gave me? This is how you find your version of the creation kit. It's up here in help. Help and about. Let's take a look at Bethesda Launcher. Creation kit is running. Let's close that down real quick. Da, 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 Creation kit Skyrim installed. Just close this out again. We'll rerun it. It doesn't work for you, Dragon? Crimson? Yeah, version 1.5.3. Steam common. Interesting. Version 1.5.3 is required. Patches are disabled. Creation kit.exe. That's this one here. Yeah. I'll have to figure it out. Wow. Okay. Let me minimize this so you can see everything's kind of all over the place here. Let's maximize this window. Get the render window in as close as I can. Right there. Okay, so that looks a little more uniform. It's a little bit better. Now, he should still be loaded. Okay, test follower 01. Highlight it, check that. Plugin file set to active file. So let's see if loading that any changed anything. I may just uninstall and reinstall the CK. Because like I said, I was working with it about a week ago. It was fine, and then I wiped clean. I had the feeling I deleted something that I needed. But we saw the follower last night, he worked. Loading files. It's usually after this one. Once it starts initializing references is when you start getting those error messages, yes to all. So we'll see if the added line and save works. A lot of people add the line, they forget to save it, from what I've noticed. I did that myself the first couple times. I added it in, I just closed out Notepad, thinking that was it, and I didn't save it. And I kept getting them, and it frustrated me for about 4 or 5 days. And then I realized, oh yeah, there's a file save option up at the top. Like things I've done since high school. We'll see if it pops up. It takes a little while longer to load my CK when I'm streaming too, I've noticed. Let me turn back on my Wi-Fi because I'm tired of using my data for this. Yeah, okay. So no warnings. No yes to all. So that line does work. And real quick to show you where that is. Skyrim kit ini. Under messages here, the messages tab. You have to add it physically in. B, and you have to do it, I keep it identical. So it's lowercase b, block, uppercase M message, uppercase B boxes equals 1. Block message boxes equal 1. Okay. File, save. I'm not going to save it, I already have it. That's how you get rid of that. It also loads the creation kit a little bit faster. Oh, Crimson, well, while I have you here, and while you're asking me that question, let me minimize the CK. Let me get rid of this. I put it under my mods because I have it. So Marin's right here. I do have Marin's file. Marin I gave his own folder, so I can keep it separate from the stuff that I'm doing. But as you can see, your ESP is here, your mesh, and your texture. So I have him. Yeah, I can add him in. What I'm going to do is I'll throw his ESP into the CK, or I could just manually place this right into data. I could place this into the meshes folder, this into the textures folder. However, what I prefer to do is, since it's going to reproduce these mesh and textures anyway when you export the face gen, and they'll be identical to what you have because of your ESP and how you have your character saved, I like to do it myself all over again. It's what Nesbit did when I gave Nesbit his follower mod. It's what Nesbit did when I gave him the created follower mod I made for Ren that he's using in the Morthal mod coming up. It's the same method he used when I gave him Sword's character. Just gave him the ESP by itself. He regenerated the face gen data, and I allowed him to modify my files however he saw fit. So, obviously he's the mastermind behind Morthal, and he wanted to use those followers that I created, and of course I'm going to allow him to modify them however he chooses. The fact that he's allowing us to use TPOS2, so anything I create that's my own, obviously I wouldn't give him your file and say, oh yeah, by the way, you can modify however, because that's not my file. Anything I've done, Sword's follower, Ren's follower, his, Muse, Legos, Dragons, and then Athrolor's journal. If he wanted to modify my journal for me, yeah, he could. And then this is the follower mod for Sly. The name is different, but this is the other follower that I created, the vampire assassin. Anyway, getting back to the CK. So I do have Marin. I have Marin's information here. And yes, I will be. Let me see. Well, Ren, the follower that I created, the one that I gave you the ESP4 to, that's the same one you just saw. This one here. ROL follower Ren. So this is the ESP I gave you. It's the follower that I created. It's also the follower that I gave to Nesbit because he is putting this follower as a created mod into the Morthal mod, which is uploaded but not published, and it is around 37 megabytes, so it's pretty low for console. So it's there. Thought I'd give everybody a little heads up, but it's not done yet. We need to test it. Yeah, it's up. It's on my it's in my actually here, I'll show you. I'll show you my profile. We'll go to Bethesda. All right. My mods. Authored. Whoa. Is it because I'm logged in? What the hell? Skyrim Special Edition. Don't be a jerk. I'm logged in. My mods. Failed to get mods. Let me log out and let me log back in. This did it last time for me. I don't know why. Okay. We'll try it one more time. If it doesn't work for whatever reason, it's Bethesda being Bethesda. My mods. Authored. And as you can see, Morthal. Right up here. Right up top. So VRL is Lego's character. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. So I'll go in here real quick. He's the Thalmor. He's the heretic. This is him. That's Lego. His Thalmor character. He's got a whirlwind cloak. He works with staves and shock spells. He's got a ton of magic. He's also going to be part of a major storyline. But yeah, Morthal's here. And I won't give away. Obviously, this is the draft, but you can see the file size right here. Version 1, 37 megabytes. And do not post yet, testing required. Obviously, I'm not going to modify. I'm not even going to touch this. I'm going to leave this go until I get the okay. Right? Kaya, yep. View gallery. See? However, was taken out of the original cell and is now loaded into where and my phone starts ringing. God damn it. I don't know anybody from Ohio. They're trying to sell me life insurance. Uh, yeah, so Nesmith has the file. Obviously, the character stayed the same. Just placement within the city of or the town of Morthal is a little bit different. That's the only change. The nice robes with the ebony mail effect. You can see it's cloaked. There's actually, and there go my headphones off for the first time. So you can see when you meet him. I can't go back the other way. I'm gonna go back and then normal. So, uh, my original follower, Gurion, the one that I messed up on, and he's still here. Um, only had 603 downloads, and you know, it's because it is a small file, and I forgot to export the face gen, and I lost this file. But he's still here as a reminder. He was a good looking character too. I think I did a pretty good job. This is my very first one. Breton Necromancer. He's still there, serves as a reminder to and everything else. This is everything else that I've uploaded or created or ported. Right? There's Braven. There's that's for Dragon. Obviously, Demi's a pretty big hit. 13. Riverwood Grove's massive, obviously. Actually, let's check the yeah, 63,000 favorites. Almost 3,500 downloads. I have to check my total. All right, closing this down. Closing this down. Where are we working? We're working in the creation kit. Okay. So we are going to. Okay, he's already active, so cancel that. Actor. Bring it back up. Yeah, I think Crimson. Marin was. I think. Did you see that again? He was featured again. Didn't Killer Kev already feature Marin like 3 weeks ago? I could have sworn he did. Could have sworn. All right. So back to the relationship tab here. So everything's saved. So I'm not gonna touch this, but so yeah, your factions you're gonna want to have -1. You're gonna hit F2 under current follower faction when you highlight this. Literally F2 -1. Enter. Okay. Keep it like that. Keywords or nothing. AI data. Set it how you like. Unaggressive or aggressive are the two that I recommend. I recommend aggressive. Okay. So for your AI package, this is your sandbox. Okay. But your main thing is going to be your factions. Okay. This is what's going to give you, as you notice, like for my AI package, I just have a sandbox location, so it's default sandbox current location 1024, as you saw that pop up. Okay, on the bottom there. I choose that because I like them to wander a little bit. The 512 kind of keeps them really just standing in one spot. They move a little bit, but not nearly as much as they should. It's not normal. Uh, this is the one you're gonna want to set yours up like this, Ren. First is current follower faction, which would be new. And then from select forum, all you type in is follower, the word follower, Follower. And it brings up what you need. Current first, potential second. You can't do them two, you have to do them one at a time. So you select this one, hit OK. Select this one, hit OK. These will be zeroed out. You're going to hit F2, make this -1. And that should give you the ability to recruit. If it doesn't, there's something else going on, or you have anything else in the factions tab, I leave alone. I don't put anything else in here. Once you start doing that, it's almost as if you could say, like if you're going to copy an actor or you're going to duplicate an actor, right? So I'm not going to do it because I don't want to have multiple of them running around in the game. Alvor, right? Highlight Alvor and you right click. You never want to edit any of the default NPCs in the game. Never edit them. Because once they edit them, they're edited. So unless you know how to reverse it, you could nerf a potential quest giver, and your game's broken at that point. You're going to have to start a new game. You're also going to have to uh, find a way to fix them in the creation kit, which if you can't do it, you're going to look to uninstall and reinstall your entire game. It's a pain in the ass. You're always going to want to hit duplicate. Delete, obviously, is just a no-no. Or do what I do. If you're creating a follower and you don't want to, just highlight actor, they'll populate this list. None of these will be checked. Right click and just hit new. And that's what it does. It brings up this box here. Everything's blank. Everything is blank. So I'm going to cancel this out. And I'm going to close down the CK. It might ask, oh, it's not going to ask me for, I didn't change anything, so we're good. So the CK is down. So to test in game, let's see here. Get rid of my mods. I don't think I need the special edition folder, but I just want to make sure he's in data still. Okay, so my test follower's here. That's good. Open up mod organizer again. Okay, test follower 01, right? And it'll always show up as an unmanaged mod up at the top here. That's normal. It'll be above the DLCs. And if you have a couple of them that you've done, you'll have multiple ones there. And then, of course, they show on the bottom on the right pane once you have them loaded as an unmanaged mod. It'll say non-MO, priority 0, and then the first DLC would start with priority 1. So he's checked, okay? We're gonna check him in game. Where did I put? I put him in Riverwood, right? That COC location that I gave you. Where was that? Where was that? Should be right here. This one. I just want to see which one Riverwood is. See, even I use this stuff as a reference. Windhelm, Falkreath. We want Whiterun. No, we do want Falkreath, don't we? Isn't is it Riverwood Falkreath? Or is it just on the border of Whiterun? Yeah, we'll find it. Helgen, Falkreath. So this is inside the town, Hafengar. Hjalmarch, Mordor, Solstheim, Raven Rock, the Pale, Dawnstar, the Reach, Markarth, the Rift. The Rift has a lot. Everstead. And then Rift in itself has a lot. Whiterun Hold. Okay. Lands. Right. Um. we'll go to Alvar's house, Riverwood, Alvar's house, or Sven's house, because it's right outside. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, didn't we put him? We put him in the Sleeping Giant, right? Riverwood Sleeping Giant Inn. Okay, that's all we need. So we'll go SKSE. Hey, Sly. What's going on? Ren, what do you mean? The exact name of SO package? You could change them. You could delete the ones that you have in there, and then right click, hit new, type in the word follower, and just place those two ones that I showed you. Oh, for Sandbox? Sandbox is different. Yeah, that's under the AI package. Why does it say continue? Oh, it's because I did testing with it. No. So what I'm gonna do is right from here, COC. Sleeping Giant, I think this was it. Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. You'll get error messages if it's not it. And then what I always do, I always just toggle God mode for testing, for shits and giggles. And there he is, Chuck Norris.
Need something? Divine smile on you, friend.
And then as you can see, he's got the follow command.
Lead the way.
So once he starts following, right?
Yep.
He'll, since I don't have any other mods installed, any follower management mods, he's gonna have default.
Still here.
So you can have him wait.
You go on ahead.
Right? And he'll stand there. And he'll do his thing. Right?
You're that visitor been poking around.
Shut up, Delphine.
We heading out?
Yep. Have him follow me again.
Let's get going.
Okay.
Still here.
Oh, Ren, I think I may have figured out what the other issue is. It's the voice. Your character's voice. I'll go back over that in a second. I'll reopen the creation kit. You need to trade with them.
What do you want me to carry?
And then you can see all the stuff that he has. So let's take his officer helmet. Now, because it's not on the modded version, what did I take off him? Stormcloak officer. So let's give that back to him. Okay. So because it's not on the modded version. Now you notice he still, I never fixed his, he doesn't have his greatsword. He's supposed to.
I'm right behind you.
I was supposed to fix that in the creation kit, but because he's a test character and I could throw him away, I don't care. He's always going to have that stupid hunting bow for some reason. Give him some iron arrows for the hell of it, right?
Let's get going then.
And we'll take him out and we'll see. Now that he's got some arrows, we'll see how he does in combat. Yeah, Ren, so I think what the issue is the voice command. And I'll this is a bare bones vanilla game right here. This is unmodded with just SKSE and SkyUI. Alright, they should be the only mods. SkyUI, yeah, literally that's it. That's all I have. So this is a vanilla game. Where the hell is he going? There he comes. Okay. So I'm gonna have him attack the mud crab, just to make sure that his combat's working good. He's gonna go all the way around, isn't he? Oh no! Ah, hey, good on you, man. Good on you. Come on, over here. We have mud crabs to fight. Are you scared of mud crabs, Chuck Norris? Hey.
I've got your back.
Need you to do something.
All right, what is it?
Oh.
What do you need?
I need you to attack that bastard.
Okay, got it.
Good. You got that? You gonna do it? Go ahead, shoot him. You're gonna oh, I did give him oak flesh. That's right. And there we go. So he does have the Oak Flesh spell, so that works too. I'm actually happy he cast that. Okay. Thank you, Chuck Norris. Your services are no longer required. I am the new Chuck Norris, and you can go back to making exercise videos. Alright. So what we're going to do is the voice thing. Okay. We'll reload up the creation kit. Always double check that your follower or whatever mod you're working on is in your data folder with Mod Organizer 2. Relaunch. It's probably going to give me that stupid error message again. There it is. But, alright, so we are going to reload our test follower, set him as active, hit OK. We're going to wait for the creation kit to do its thing. So, Ren, I think what happened, and I had this issue when I created my Lich. I created a Lich follower. I don't have it released. It's still somewhat of a work in progress. If the voice doesn't match up with what they're able to voice, you won't get specific dialogue options. I think that's probably what happened in your case. So this isn't the ESP file that I sent you. This is one that you created on your own, right? I'll show you about the voice interaction thing. Yep. It's usually one of the first things I do. It's actually in the, I think it's in the first tab. I think it's in the traits tab. But it's very important because it's what's gonna. I probably should have went over that a little bit more last night. I really wasn't expecting to create a follower last night. All right, so this will help you out. When I load him up, I'm gonna go back over how you find what voices are compatible with your type of follower. You have a Wood Elf? Okay. Alright, so everything's loaded up in the CK. CK is fully loaded. So now I'm going to go to Actor. I'm going to load up my follower. Okay. Right here. Okay. Under Traits, you'll see where it has the voice type right here. Okay. See, and it might default to something else. So you had a Wood Elf, so you're going to want the Wood Elf race. What you need to find is the voice to match up for a follower. So you see how mine has male even tones? Now I can change this. Now there's a whole list here, and you can choose from this list. I don't recommend doing it. What I recommend doing, now this is the important part, alright? So I'm gonna use my Nord race as an example. Keep this up. Don't change anything in here, don't save it yet. Over in the object window, it's under miscellaneous tab, right? You're gonna expand miscellaneous out till you see this one here, form list. Alright. Just highlight it. Alright, let me back. So nothing in the filter. Highlight form list. This is going to bring up a bunch of commands here. What you're going to want to type into the filter is the word follower. Okay? This brings up your voice packages. You'll see up from the top, player follower combat override package list, voices follower all, voices follower neutral, voices follower orc, voices follower rough. You select follower all. Okay, it's going to bring your form list up in the center here. Now I can't expand this to see it. I apologize. There's no option for me to do so. These are the ones that you can use. You can see how much smaller this list is than this list here. Hold on, let me see. I'll see if I can expand this. Okay. See how this list here for voice type is a lot larger? It's got everything. Because there's other voices in the game aside from NPCs, humans, elves, etc. But you want to match your voice type up with your race and follower. So any follower voice commands that you can use will show up in this one. So voices follower all. I can use male even tone accented. For a male, I could use male drunk, male Nord, male brute. I wouldn't use male Argonian on a Nord, it would just sound funny. But you can because Argonian, like I think Turkith, is the only Argonian follower. So you do have the option for an Argonian voice on a Nord. It just sounds kind of odd. Male Orc, male Young Eager. They're the only ones you can use. Uh, if I had Wood Elf in here, this list might be slightly different because it would have like Feindal on there. Uh, I can give male Dark Elf voice to a Nord for some reason. But I tend to stay with even toned accented or male even toned or male Young Eager. Because those are ones you have. So I think what you need to do is let's cancel that out. So if you were under, let me see here. Is it Wood Elf? Wood Elf race, okay. And then you go back under here to follower and then follower all. See how it didn't really change? There's no specific one for that. So I think what you did, Ren, is I think you went to voice type and you selected one. Let me see here. I'm not sure if you commented yet. Let me see. Uh, Stuff like this I would love to be able to use, like male elf haughty, condescending. Let me see if there is another Spriggan voice, unique Parthenax voice. I did the one follower and I used the Breton Forsworn voice. Let me see. Forget what it was. Yeah, male Forsworn. So we'll go back to Nord race. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch this. We're gonna test this out. Okay. You have male even tone accented. Did you just switch it? Now? Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try male Forsworn for a Nord. You guys heard what uh Chuck Norris's voice sounded like? He had that high pitched voice. Okay. All I'm gonna do is hit OK and save. I'm gonna save it right here. Oh, it's missing face gen data. Damn it. Okay. Let me get follower out of here. Let me just redo his face gen data because it's creation kit's ridiculous. Highlight it. Control F4. Export. Yes. Done. Okay. Now we're gonna save it. Yeah. Should have been converted offline. Close this out. I hate having the creation kit open, like while I'm streaming or while I'm in game. Pain in the ass is what it is. So he's already checked here. He's the same. We're just gonna run this. We're gonna run the base game. So we're gonna see if his voice has changed. I gave him the Forsworn voice now. So you can get away with some of them, but I'm not sure I can use it to hire him, trade with him. I think with something like this, it's a lot of testing, a lot of research. That's the safest way. How I showed you to go into the form ID, the form list, and type in follower all. That's the safest way to do it. To not have any issues, with the getting them to follow you, getting them to do things for you, trade with you, etc. So we're gonna do COC. I forget the freaking command. Riverwood Sleeping Giant Inn, I think. Yep, okay. So So we should be inside the inn now. And I will toggle God mode for the hell of it.
Orgnar. Orgnar.
There's
are you
Chuck
listening?
Norris.
Need something?
Now you see his face changed? Because I
The
defaulted
ale is
it.
going bad. We need to get a new batch.
Hmm? Need something?
Now see, I can't
Need
select
something?
him.
Yep, ale's going bad.
Hmm?
But you hear his
Guess we
voice
don't
has
have
changed.
potatoes
See, I
and
can't
beans.
use that on a Nord.
Just make sure we get a fresh batch in soon.
Hmm?
He'll just keep saying this over and over again.
Need something? Yes?
He's got no dialogue for me, so that's what that is. That's why you want to do the one that I showed you. Keep the safety net. So if I go back, actually, I'm just going to delete him out because he's a test, and I don't care about this character. What I'm going to do is we're just going to get rid of him. Meshes, actors, character. Actually, I think this will just delete. He's gone. So we'll close this out, we'll reopen it. Now the files are still going to be here. But the character's gone. He's deleted. So all these delete. Don't need them. Data, meshes. Don't need them. Textures. Don't need them. Actors. See, he's no longer. The DDS files. Yeah, don't need them. Right. So they all go the way of the recycling bin. But yeah, that's how you're gonna have to do his voice. I think that's what happened with you, Ren. I think that's you selected a voice that you wanted to have. Unfortunately, the creation kit doesn't work like that. If you're doing a follower, they can only use certain voices, and that's the way to find out which ones are compatible for a follower. To give them the prompt commands. Follow me. I need to trade with you. I need you to do something. Wait here. The dismissal command. That voice has to have all of those commands available to them, along with the current follower faction set to -1, potential follower faction as default at 0. Those parameters aren't met, your follower is not going to follow you. He's not going to have the proper lines. You know, and the thing that stinks about that is because if you are doing like a wood elf or I think there's another one. There could be a couple more. Um, they just don't give you options for ones you would like to hear. You've heard some characters in voice. I would love to have a character that has Brynjolf's voice, right? I can't do it. I mean, he'll have Brynjolf's voice, and he'll say some generic lines that Brynjolf would say, but you can't get him to follow you. You can't get him to do anything like that. There's probably a way around it that I'm just not aware of. I would refer you to Dark Fox's YouTube, which I'm actually going to do right now. We'll go to mine, because he's on mine. Dark Fox 127. Right here. He's got a current, I go to playlists, or you could filter it out just by generic search. All of his creation kit stuff, so this is special edition, right? See view full playlist. Now there's not as many here, but I refer back to these older ones too. Skyrim creation kit tutorial playlist. Look at all these. Miscellaneous. He's got 41 videos here. He's got 17 here from scripting alone. Magic tutorials. There's 8. NPC tutorials. This is the one you're going to want. 21 videos, right? The basics. Go to this. Go to his playlist. I can't recommend him enough. I think I have him linked and saved in Discord as well. I still go back and I still refer to a lot of his content. Okay. His current one, he's doing live stream broadcasts similar to what I'm doing now, except he knows everything to do. Whereas, I'm an amateur doing this. He's got an if scope tutorial, 3 videos for that, how it's done. 3 videos for this. Skyrim creation kit, NPC creation, full playlist, like create a blacksmith, create a guard, create a trainer, create a farmer, right? Uh, where's the other one? NPC tutorials, factions, NPCs and idols, merchant, detail. Now these are older videos, right? Uh, Now you can see it was updated. It was early last year. Okay. Advanced animal follower. Create a hireling. Animal followers. Create a guard. So some of these have been redone, right? Yeah, Snow Elf has no follower voice either. Which is ironic because with certain mods, Gelibor becomes a follower, but not in the base game. He goes over creating a race. That's an interesting one. I mean, that's a small video, but and you can see the ones that I've either watched or started to watch. I've done quite a bit with his. And custom NPC dialogue, custom in system, and then let me go back up. Where is his? It might be under videos. Well, he's got a mod named it's called Corinthian Tower, which he did a whole tutorial. Here, Corinthian Tower tutorial. But it's not the only one. Reborn, number 2. So you can see all his creation kit videos he has. He's got a ton. Creation kit live stream, Corinthian Tower Reborn. This is 2015, I believe, right? Yep. August 29th. Excuse me. How to nav mesh, help messages, SKSE function. He's got a ton of stuff. I always refer anybody that's starting off to go to his YouTube, immediately subscribe. Immediately. Sub to this man. Dark Fox 127. Others that I use, Gamer Poets. Michael, right? No, he's in the process of reworking his. I'm also part of his Discord, along with Rooster. When I got in there and I saw who was there, I felt like a complete nobody. Some of the names, Elminster's in there. The creator of Xedit, or at least one of the creators of Xedit. But anyway, so I'll use Gamer Poets and I think where's it, Dirty Weasel Media. And Red would recognize Dirty Weasel from Couch Warrior because Dirty Weasel is on Couch Warriors, but they have their own. I believe for playlists, I've found a bunch of tutorials in here. Mod Organizer specifically. 17 videos here, right? For MO. Introduction, loot, test 5 edit, right? Now you can see they're older videos, but they do apply. And it's knowledge. Do you know what I mean? Oh, Lego, what's going on? Yeah, they're all relevant. They're all like having these as a reference. The fact that these videos are still up, and let me see here. Yeah, here. What? This particular mod, right? I'm actually going to run the patcher. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to keep this up, right? But I'm going to show you. I'm going to go back to my main profile, right, with everything here. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to run loot just to show you my errors, right? I'm going to show you the patcher. I'm going to show you exactly why I get frustrated with this particular mod. Okay. All right. I have one warning, no errors, 31 messages. And these are the audio patches for legacy, immersive armors, cloaks, etc. All right. Now, we have to install Percus Maximus. It's not here. Where is it? Well, I did download it, but it's not installed. So anything that's uninstalled goes right to the bottom of your right pane. You can see where it changes here. And I have the defluffing perks. Okay. Now let's get double click to install. Tendo's Percus Maximus SSE, right? Manual. Set the data directory. Looks good. This is going to take a little bit. This is a huge mod. Huge mod. For, I think, like, was it 354 megabytes? Right? Do you see everything is changing? You can see the word Skyproc Patcher on the left. Yeah. It's going to populate here at the bottom when it's done. Okay. So just to show you, we'll go to plugins. It's going to be here under alternate start as soon as I tick it. As my headset goes off again, I apologize. All right, so now this has been my frustration. I already know this from testing it. You could see the ESP plugins, Mage, Master, Thief, and Warrior. You will definitely get an error message when you try to run the patcher if the master file is underneath Mage. It defaults like this. Not a problem. Left click, drag it underneath. That's simple, right? So Master, Mage, Thief, and Warrior. But I want the defluff perks. What this is the Percus Maximus overhaul gives you very vague descriptions of what each perk does. They when you read them, they're really immersive. I guess is probably the cheesiest and best way to say it. Like he'll give you a description of, say, your very first perk in Sneak. It'll say something like, "Oh, the ability to hide from one's enemies is blah 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 blah." But it doesn't tell you exactly what it buffs, which could be a pain in the ass unless you are intimate with the mod and you know exactly what every single perk does. It's confusing. So the defluffing perks actually gives you the proper descriptions of what each one does. So you have to select the ones that you're using. Okay, so I'm using all three because each one is a perk tree. So the Warrior perk tree, Thief tree, Mage tree. We're going to install this and we're going to check it. Go back to plugins. It should be at the bottom. So I have Master, Mage, Thief, Warrior, Mage, Thief, Warrior. Okay, so that's done. Now to run the patcher. Two ways to do this. There's Patches Maximus, and I'll show you how to find this, and I'll show you why it's a little more frustrating than most things in, in data? Okay. When you have Percus Maximus installed, you will have a folder called Skyproc Patchers, Tendo's Patches Maximus, PM XML, and then you'll see the Patches Maximus, wow, I can't talk, Patches Maximus.jar file for Java runtime. You also have the debug more heap space 64-bit and 32-bit. You can only run this with the 32-bit version of Java, which is what I have installed. If you run the 64-bit, it will not work. It will crash. You can run them from here, but you're really supposed to add them as next executables, which I did. So I have this one here. I run the debug more heap space. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Right. We're going to run it. And it crashed out on me. And you can see the issue. What do I have done wrong? Let's see. I did something wrong. Let me refresh this. Okay. There it goes. So sometimes that happens. Patches Maximus. You don't need to do anything except hit the patch button up in the upper right hand corner, and it will detect any errors. Or it detects an error, it immediately shuts down, which is what was happening to me. So I hit patch. So right here, right? Oh, it's actually running. 100%. Okay. This is going to sit here for a while. I can't expand this, unfortunately. I apologize. It's going to be a little window on your screen, guys. Okay. But what I will do is when this is done, I will show you in game the setup and what it's doing. Now you'll see tasks. This actually takes quite a while. We're not going to sit and wait here the whole time. Mine usually does it fairly quickly, even with all these mods. Now, what the patcher does is it takes every single mod that's applicable and adjusts the stats. You see task weapon stats, variants, keywords. There's other things here, but you can't expand this box, unfortunately. It will go through your entire mod list, right? And it will adjust and tweak and patch, etc. until you have one file in your override file, the ESP, and the scripting. So basically what it does is it sits at 100% for a little while. When it's done, it just closes out completely. So you may want to get up, walk away from your computer. I know in the video that Gamer Poets, Michael from Gamer Poets did, that's what I think he said to do. The one that Cal from Dirty Weasel Media did, he said the same thing. Although mine usually does it within 5 or 6 minutes. So once that starts working, it usually, like my computer's pretty quick. It usually finishes nearly instantly. But you can see I can still navigate other things. As I was saying, we'll go back to this for a second. We'll let that load up. So I've been following this. Let's get the console commands off here. I don't need these anymore. I've been trying to figure out a way because this was on Legendary Edition, and Legendary Edition version is the same except it has something called PCAP. The Percus Maximus compatibility patches, I think, something like that. Uh, which SSE does not have. It's got everything else except for that. So let me go to, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. And I actually got a reply to this. I was showing Rooster earlier today. We'll select Skyrim Special Edition. We will go to Nintendo's Percus Maximus. Okay. And it's the reason I'm not going to be able to use this mod now. Go to Posts. Okay. So this is me from the 28th of September. And this is just what I asked. I kept getting missing master error messages until I had all but the textures pretty much loaded up. Sad because while I enjoy Ordinator, it's run its course, which it has for the most part. I did just run Perma once before, but without the patcher for the perk changes and gameplay tweaks, but missed out on a lot. If you don't run the patcher, you miss out on pretty much everything. You get the perks, but that's it. Also saw someone else. This is supposed to be Breams. Is working or getting it working? Is this still accurate? As I would love to fully switch over. I would say for the time being, either go back to Oldrim or use Skyrim that has the functioning port. But the perks are different. So the port itself of Skyrim redone is good. The perks are a little different. I can play Legendary. I have it. I don't want. So $10 for Legendary Edition with everything. I think I paid $20 for Special Edition on Steam. There when they were running the sale at the same time. Anyway, yeah. So sad day for me. As you can see, it's done. Okay. So we go up here. We got the error message. There are files in your overwrite mod directory. Yep, I know. And I'll show you what it is. The patcher did run, right? Skyproc patchers, Patches Maximus. And what we need to do is we need to right click, select create mod. Perma patcher. Okay. That's going to be in the bottom left here. And it's going to have Patches Maximus ESP at the bottom there. So now if I go in game with my good profile, I'll see if this loads. I haven't used redone yet. I was gonna use redone. Um, it's just the perks are different, and I mean I was comparing, and it's just not the same. I ran perma. Let me show you, because I did set up that necro that one time. I think I let you guys. I did like one run for like 3 or 4 hours, and it was fun. But because I didn't have the patcher installed, my character was overpowered from like level 2. Oh, it's just gonna take a minute to boot up here. When you run this mod, uh, it takes a little bit. So you should be seeing it in your on your screen in a second here. Load. Yeah, let's delete these saves out of here. We don't need them. I'm gonna, let's see. Go to Falkreath Exterior 01. And I'll just give you a real quick look at perma with the patcher. And I'll toggle God mode on for the hell of it just to show you. Apparently Discord's blowing up. What the hell's going on there? You guys having a party? I'll check the stuff later. Alright. So far this is my modded game. It is not finished. I don't have LODs. I don't have anything else. Obviously this is not my character. This is just because I COC'd in. Go up to skills. Okay. Some of you have seen this already before. Some of you might not have. So all the perk trees are overhauled. Like smithing. Craftsman, 1 of 2, or 0 of 2. We have meltdown. I see it says tempering is 25% better. Go up to meltdown. Unlocks meltdown recipes for all armors and weapons whose material perk you have at the smelter, metal, or tanning rack, right? So you have material, gold and silver. Unlocks jewelry and silver weapon crafting and tempering recipes, right? Pretty useful, right? Wow. Okay. Can we go in one at a time, please? Thank you. We'll go up this way. Okay. Apparently so we have leather. Unlocks leather crafting and tempering. Moonstone. Obviously. Corundum. Malachite. And it goes by, you know, dragons. I believe the other side's the same. Fuck it. Alright. Screw it. We'll go to heavy armor. Conditioning. Worn armor is 20% lighter. Not stronger. Notice lighter. Because your weight does affect you. So if you wear something heavy, you will walk very slow. Awesome. It's actually pretty useful. Exploit weakness, heavy. Against enemies wearing at least one piece of heavy armor and no light armor, ignore 20% armor and deal 10% more weapon damage. In a heavy armor tree, you're dealing more damage. Right? Stalwart defense. While wearing heavy arm, head, chest, and leg, and shield, incoming power attacks are 30% weaker. And 1 of 2. So I can only imagine what the second rank is, right? Then you got Juggernaut, which is, you know, basic. While wearing heavy leg guards and moving, all melee attacks are 8% stronger. For you, right? So you could see all the perks. I mean, like, there's a ton of stuff for each one. You have heavy weaponry, right? For two-handed. You have light weaponry for 1. You have ranged for your bows, which actually look like that. Light armor is what it is. Sneak. You have Wayfarer. This is your movement one. Dexterity is pickpocket and lockpicking. So Wayfarer is the new tree. Traveler. 4% movement speed while outdoors. 5% frost, poison, and disease. So good for like a, you know, a survival style play if you wanted to use this tree. But anyway, that's some of this stuff. Let's check my items. So we'll go to weapons, right? My sword is now considered an arming sword. My longbow is a longbow. There's also short bows. But you can see the stat adjustment, right? The iron dagger damage now is 12. Sword 17. War axe is 17. The longbow is 16. Iron arrows do 15. Okay, if I go over to my armors, I have heavy. My iron heavy armor is 96. The boots are 35. Gauntlets 35. And my helmet is 47. My shield is 59. Right?
It was once full of wanderers and walkers.
I don't care about this. It's gonna stutter on me just because I don't have everything low. My LODs are just... Huh, speaking of LODs, LOD.
Steel's good, but loyalty's...
Alright.
Looking to protect yourself? Or deal
Yeah.
some damage?
I'm just looking to... And plus my MCM is still going because I have everything up there. So you see, for example here, Cyrodiilic Iron Claymore, Greatsword of Fire. So adds the term Greatsword in there. Here's a hunting bow as a short bow. You see it has less damage than a longbow now, right? The Knight Battle Axe, right? Something like this added in. Looks pretty cool, right? The Knight Sword, Greatsword, Knight Warhammer. This is the one that I think I was showing the other way, the Lunar Steel Replica. Doesn't have the enchant, but it's got the look. The ridiculous Minotaur Giant Hammer base. So it adds in like weapons and everything. Riften Guard Sword, obviously. Let's see what he's got for armor. Some steel, right? Steel with white fur. I gave it white fur. The greaves. These are now called greaves instead of boots. Bracers. The leather ones are boots, but you know. And you see iron buckler. Iron, you have a hide shield, iron buckler. So it adds in a ton of stuff, you know. Prices and weights, everything like that have been adjusted. I just close my game out here. I don't need this anymore. Let me go back and check. Oh yeah, Crimson. Yeah. The overhauls themselves work with TPOS2. TPOS2 is, like I said, it's a game overhaul, but it's a game overhaul in a different way as something like Percus Maximus or Skyrim Redone. They change mostly like the weapons, the level lists. They'll add in items. They'll adjust the item values. I'm actually going to delete these three. Let's get the patcher off. We'll remove it. Yes. The defluff perks, we're going to remove this. Yes. And Percus Maximus, unfortunately, I'm going to remove this. Now this one's going to take a little while to recycle. But that's what it is. Now you can see it's nice and clean again. Get out of this YouTube. We'll go back to this one. But yeah, as you can see. So I'm basically starting to ramble at this point. But yeah, Ren, that's so that's how you fix your follower. You're gonna want to check their voice to make sure that their voice is actually usable. It's under miscellaneous on the left-hand side. Form list. Typed and nothing in the filter box. You're gonna want to type after you select form list. You're gonna want to type in the word follower, and in that short list, select from that short list. Even if it's something close, even if you have a wood elf, give them a dark elf voice, because I don't think wood elves specifically have their own. I think even Feindal uses male even tone accented. I think is his. I could be wrong, but I don't think he uses a standard voice for that. So that's gonna be all for right now. I actually have to finish my load order. I was trying to get it done last night, but we had a we had a nice like was it like 3.5 hour stream that was supposed to be maybe an hour. I was trying to go over the basics. Um, did you guys have any other questions? Like, is there anything else you wanted to see on my end here? This is like you said, this is my clean game folder. There goes my headset again. Sorry. This is my minimally clean game folder and a very, very clean data folder, right? That's what you want to have. When you start it up, you won't have things like EMB local, the EMB cache, EMB series folders. You won't have SKSE. Uh, Utilities you won't have. TBB.dll, tbbmalloc.dll, right? Stuff like this. Papyrus utility. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh yeah, right. Anytime. Let me know how it is. Like, did you already go back in and fix it like while I was doing this, Ren, or are you gonna go do it? I wasn't sure. I mean, I'm just getting back to reading the comments now. Oh no, you're not the. Oh, now I'm reading this. No, you're not the cause of this. I was definitely do this. I don't ever mind. You'll never see me sit here and tell somebody no, I won't help them at all. I'll never do it. If I don't know the answer, I'll definitely direct you towards somebody that does. If I don't, and that happens often. Like a lot of people will come to me with stuff that I may only have limited knowledge of, or there's cases I just plain don't know because I've never done it myself. But I will direct you with somebody that does, which is why like I can sit here and say, if you want a good tutorial on how to create textures, a player home, all that stuff, I'll definitely point you guys at John Rose and say, go back on his YouTube channel, go back and watch some stuff. Let me see here. Yeah, we'll do that right now. I mean, we're not gonna watch it, but I'll show you. This, I'd like to see his I'd like to see his viewership go up. He's at 460 subs. So playlists. Maybe it's under videos. I know he did a couple tutorials here. Skyline watercolor. He streamed a few of them. So yeah, some of these. Yeah, some of these are from this year too. Skyline textures, right? You can see how long the streams are. They're comparable to mine that I do when I game, right? And I'm myself, and I know probably a lot of other people are in these live streams, just like you guys are right now, right? But John goes into tutorials too with like his Skyline textures. He's done some on the spot, um, randomly. Like he'll just put up a link in Discord. He won't give any warning, just saying he's going to be streaming. Just pops a link up because maybe he's bored and he wants to do a live stream video of him doing his house mod, which I was in that one too, which was amazing to see. We saw that from start to finish. The one for Granite Hill, and now the new one that I had the file. I was doing some testing for it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Under my mods. Cottage. Now I can't load this up and I can't show this to you because it's his file, right? Nor can I edit anything. Otherwise, he'll be a very, very pissed off mod author, which I would never do anyway. But he did ask me to do a little bit of testing with it just to see. So I loaded it up into my game. Now, what I saw was on a vanilla testing profile versus his, which is all of his Skyline mods. So his game looked a lot better. But I got to see, this new cottage mod, which I don't think he's released quite yet. So this was the first one, and then this was the second file he sent me. And then obviously his Granite Hill mod is up here too. So stuff like that. And then yeah, anytime there's like when he goes over like his texture videos, you guys, if he ever puts one of these up, I told him to tag everybody in the Discord, but he usually just puts it up quietly and does it, which is why there's only a couple people in each one. I said just tag everybody, you know. That's like you're not gonna get in trouble. Like there's, you know, nobody's gonna yell at you. Tag them, tag everybody, because I'm sure there's a ton of people that would love to see John Rose create anything. I do. Anytime he puts this up, I usually stop what I'm doing. I jump right in immediately. Uh, and it's the best when he does it with when I'm having dinner. I could sit here and eat my dinner, and I could watch him. I could chat with him. And I have John's YouTube. I have it pinned somewhere. It might actually I may have to repin it because I know when Stitch cleaned everything up, it might have been in one of the channels that got archived. Let me just check Discord real quick to see who the hell's acting up. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, see these here at the bottom, these archive channels. Nobody can. These are all locked up now. When Stitch cleaned the channels up, I believe it was under Streamers Theater, because the carving post was our old pictures. But as you can see, this is now locked up. Visible Imports was another one. Right, Streamers Theater. So this is my earlier stuff before I knew how to, do anything. But these are all archived. Anyway, so that's it for today. Red, if you have any more questions, absolutely ask me. Like I said, if I don't know, or um, if I'm not 100% familiar with it, or I mean, even if I'm, if I've used it or done it, but I'd rather have you get like the right information from a completely reliable source. There's a lot of stuff I'm really knowledgeable on, but like I'm not going to claim that for everything. And some of the shit that I just don't know, I just don't know. It's either because I haven't done it yet, or I'm just starting to do it, so I'm kind of just getting my own feet wet, so to speak. But definitely point you in the direction of somebody that does. The cool thing about our server is that a lot of you guys are in other ones, and you already know somebody that's, more knowledgeable at this or more knowledgeable at that, or you've heard of like this person in this Discord, but you've never talked to them before. Um, that's the cool thing about jumping between Discords. That's why, I'm happy we have a good relationship with SOS. A lot of our members are also in Couch Warriors. All right, and I'll show you my list here. Uh, there's us right here. SOS. There's Odin's. Odin's was the first one I'm in. Here's Couch Warriors. Right. Modding and Tech Talk. I can go through all these. There you are, Ren. Hi, Ren. Hi, Wind. Skeletors. This is Shane's. As you can see, Stitch is still around. Right? Only a couple of us. Bayofish, who helped with Couchware. And then Gamer Poets. I just joined this with Rooster. So it's nice to be able to go back and forth if you have questions and stuff like that. I like it. I like the fact that the community for the most part seems like it's settling down to where like everybody's kind of interacting with everybody and none of the BS is going on anymore. It's like the one thing that always drove me nuts was, hostility going from one to another just because you had a question you wanted to ask and you didn't want to get shit for asking it. That doesn't seem to be so much that way anymore. I mean, people still bust your balls, but it's the internet. That's kind of what you're supposed to do. Anyway, that's me enough. That's enough for me rambling. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to work on my load order the rest of today, and then hopefully by tonight I can actually get this new character. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rebuild a Necro, but I'm gonna rebuild it with Ordinator. So it would be available for everybody. It would be a little bit different build. I have to add Thunderchild back in, which reminds me because he was just shout-based character, but it allows me to focus on illusion, not destruction. and I can keep the undeath mod in there as well, which is the whole purpose of doing a necromancer. Like if you don't make a necromancer to use the undeath mod, you really shouldn't be playing one at all. Pick a different character. Unless you're running undeath as a totally holy crusader that wants to take it out, then yeah, it's still an awesome quest line to do because it gives you tons of hours of content and you get to stop a coven of necromancers. There goes my headset again. Damn it. All right, so that's it for now. 12:30. I'm about to go have lunch here, and I'm gonna work on my load order the rest of the day. Um, I'll be on Discord on and off, but I'll be popping in once in a while. So if you do have questions, tag me. Because if you don't, I probably won't see it. I'm not going to be constantly monitoring everything. Um, I'd like to get this finished. I'm about halfway done. I'm only at 232 total. I took a lot out between last night and today. This was up to 4 something at the end of last night, and I got rid of a lot of mods. So we're down to 232. I'm gonna try and keep it as minimal as possible, but like I said, I'm a little over halfway done at this point. I got most of the major ones, like the weapons and armor, the big ones, Amidian Born and stuff like that, but immersive, you know. But I still have to finish. I'm about to start character creation, which is my next one that I'm starting. So let me just close MO2, close down Steam, and then this is Cam. This is another free program to go to. This monitors everything that you're doing. So this is a separate drive that I have. Gives you your load available left, your temperatures, right? You can get notifications. Like I had one, my CPU temperature exceeded 81 Celsius because I had too many things open. Plus I was working in the creation kit for about 16 hours one day. And the creation kit will will raise your load up to like 60%, so your CPU gets hot. Excellent tool, always have it. Cam, it's free, right here. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. I'm just rambling. Can invite us where? Where am I inviting you? Hold on, let me go back and read. Gamer Poets, is that the one you were talking about? I'd have to get permission to invite you to that. That is all developers and MAs. Just to kind of give you Trotsky. I think Elminster's in here. Let me see. Some of the ones that are up. See Dante. Yeah, Elminster. X-edit himself, right? Right there. Sheshan, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Tech Angel, 85. Right? Zarek Zahakaran, whom I'm also sub to on YouTube as a content creator myself, right? Josephus. I mean, just a ton. Like this, you go down this list, it's like the who's who of. So I'm actually kind of honored to be even a small part of that. But anyway, guys, yeah, I need to eat. Um, I'll be back on later tonight. I'll be in Discord. All right, enjoy. I'll see you later. Bye.